On this edition of Good Day DePaul, apartment rental prices are going up and they're impacting DePaul students.
People from DePaul and colleges in Africa have a virtual conversation with Pope Francis.
It's called the Idea Realization Lab and is providing opportunities for DePaul students. I'm Selah Estelle.
And I'm Melissa Gomez, and this is Good Day DePaul.
Inflation. It's impacting people across the world, and now it's affecting apartment rentals. As I found out, that's a major problem for some DePaul students. The prices of apartment rentals in Chicago have increased over 9% this year, according to the data firm CoStar Group. These increases have left some DePaul students like Monique Molima with no choice but to relocate to a lower-cost neighborhood.
It was very expensive. So after living there for like my first school year, I decided I didn't want to live there anymore. And then I started looking for apartments, I think in like March or April, because I was trying to look a little earlier. And it was really difficult to find affordable options, especially someone who doesn't have a cosigner. So I was specifically looking at different student apartments. And a lot of them, similar to University Center, were just really high prices while you still have like 3, 4, 5 roommates. Like it's not like you're getting a place on your own. So I ended up looking into the place where I live now, which is called Ion. It's near like DePaul's Lincoln Park campus. And a big part of why I chose to live there is the rent was much cheaper.
DePaul housing expert Professor Molly Brown says that high rents are keeping some students from living near the two campuses. Brown believes many students are not able to support themselves living on their own.
Well, affordability is really important. And so students really should be doing their best to find apartments where they're not paying more than 30 to 40% of their available monthly income on rent and basic utilities. So in theory, that would ensure that students are not essentially living house poor and are not housing unstable. However, the realities of doing that are next to impossible. In order to afford a 1-bedroom apartment within a 5-mile radius of Chicago, at 30% of their income, students would need to earn about $60,000 a year in income in order to have affordable housing somewhere near campus.
According to Zumper, a website that provides apartment listings, the average rate for rentals in Lincoln Park are increasing. For a studio, rates went up by 2% to $1,375 a month. For 1-bedroom units, prices increased 4% to $1,980, and for 2 bedrooms, they climbed 3% to $3,000 per month. Prices like these aren't always feasible for students who haven't earned a degree yet, leaving plenty of students with very few housing options. And for some, it means their only choice is to move back in with their parents. Reporting for Good Day DePaul, I'm Selah Estelle.
On October 27th, an emergency situation played out at McCabe Residence Hall on the Lincoln Park campus. It began with an alert at 1:12 in the afternoon. Chicago police immediately responded and some residents were evacuated from the building. An all-clear message was sent to the DePaul community at 4:36 p.m. DePaul officials say the situation did not pose a threat to the community. However, the DePaul women's soccer match against St. John's was canceled at nearby Wish Field. The university has not provided any other details.
A carjacking on the Loop campus. It occurred on October 30th at 14 East Jackson. DePaul Public Safety says at about 5:30 in the morning, a man was sitting in a car there. Another car then drove up next to him and 2 men got out. They pulled the man out of his car and then drove it away. There were no reports of any injuries.
On November 1st, a DePaul student and professor took part in a unique event. It was a webinar with the DePaul people joining students from 10 African universities and talking virtually with Pope Francis. It was called Building Bridges Across Africa, a synodal encounter between Pope Francis and university students. Among those joining in the dialogue with the Pope were DePaul Student Government President Kevin Holechko and Father Stan Chu-Ilo, a DePaul professor of World Christianity and African Studies. DePaul President Robert Manuel said the university was thrilled to support the event and said DePaul places a high value on engaging in cross-cultural dialogue to cultivate understanding and strengthen global connections around the world.
DePaul offers students many different opportunities and experiences. Case in point, the university's Idea Realization Lab. Good Day DePaul's Lily Lowndes has details.
The Idea Realization Lab is a place for DePaul students to bring their creative visions to life. Known as the IRL, the lab is a makerspace for the DePaul community. Equipment like 3D printers, sewing machines, woodshop tools, and more are free and available to use. Ada Peters works at the IRL on the Loop campus located on the 3rd floor of the Daly building. Peters enjoys it when students come up to them with projects in mind.
I can actually help this person make something that they really want to make. That's the best part about the job, in my opinion.
The ability to bring your ideas to life is what fueled the creation of the IRL. According to DePaul, the university was one of the first large liberal arts universities to open a makerspace. The IRL in the Loop, known as IRL 1, opened in the fall of 2017. IRL 2, located on the 2nd floor of the Schmidt Academic Center in Lincoln Park, opened 2 years later, in the fall of 2019. Junior Andrea Juarez found out about the IRL when she toured DePaul's campus. Since then, she's frequented the makerspace for her creative projects.
Often when spontaneous creativity strikes me, I just come here, or when I need materials for my other projects that I do at home, I come here and I get some like glue sticks or glitter, and then I bring it back.
Juarez also comes to the IRL for workshops run by IRL employees. She attended a hand-sewing workshop where students hand-sewed lights into a cloth to create a constellation. In addition to craft workshops, Peters says the IRL has workshops for students to learn how to use some of the heavy-duty equipment.
The wood shop and the 3D printers and the laser cutter and stuff, things that are a little bit more complicated or like expensive, students have to take workshops to become authorized for those. But once they're authorized for those, they're completely able to use those to their heart's content.
Whether you're coming in for a personal project, schoolwork, or a workshop, Peters encourages everyone to visit one of the IRLs when they have a chance.
Everything in here is free to use. It is all included with your tuition. Please come in. It's already yours. You have paid for it. This is a space that people should use, and it's super cool. It's a super cool thing to have on campus, I think.
Here at the IRL, DePaul community members are welcome to foster their creativity and make something new. For IRL updates and upcoming workshops, you can visit irl.depaul.edu. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Lily Lowndes.
Next in sports, the DePaul women's soccer season ends on a tough note.
That story when Good Day DePaul returns.
There are a ton of social networking websites, but one stands apart for a very special reason. This one saves lives. It's MatchingDonors.com. MatchingDonors.com links living organ donors with people in need of kidney and other transplants. In the United States, 22 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant, most of them for kidneys. If you've ever considered becoming a living organ donor, or if you are someone in need of an organ transplant, visit MatchingDonors.com, home of the greatest gift of all, the gift of life. MatchingDonors.com.
As we reported earlier, the DePaul women's soccer team's final match of the season against St. John's was canceled due to the emergency situation at McCabe Hall. That means the Blue Demons season is over. They finished with an overall record of 3-12-1 and were 1-7-1 in Big East play.
In men's soccer, DePaul has lost 2 in a row, falling to UConn and Creighton. The Blue Demons are now 4-6-6 on the season.
In volleyball, the Blue Demons are now 7-17 on the season after losing to Butler and Marquette.
And the DePaul women's basketball team opened their season with a charity exhibition game against Texas, losing 102-65. The proceeds from the exhibition went to the town of Uvalde, Texas, where a mass shooting at an elementary school killed 19 children and 2 adults.
Coming up, DePaul's commencement, the dates have now been set.
The details are next on Good Day DePaul.
Today, the heroes that fight day in and day out on the front lines. Those who are there, innovating in real time, saving lives and answering the call to care in times of crisis. American nurses. Nurses who have been there for each and every one of us in times of crisis for more than 150 years. Nurses are the pillar of strength and the foundation of healthcare and life itself. Nurses are there the day we are born. They are there when your family is in crisis, and they are there in the end. In confronting the most catastrophic health crisis in modern history, we must remember our American nurse heroes need our support as much as we need them. To show our gratitude for their courage and ensure they receive the critical education and support services they need, donate to the Coronavirus Response Fund for Nurses today, in honor of your American nurse hero.
The dates are now set for DePaul's commencement next June. The ceremonies will take place primarily over the weekend of June 10th and 11th at Wintrust Arena. On Saturday the 10th, the following colleges will hold their commencements. The Jarvis College of Computing and Digital Media, along with the Theater School, will have their ceremony from 8 to 10:30 in the morning. The College of Communication and the College of Education will go from 1 to 3:30, and the College of Science and Health and the School of Music will have their ceremonies from 6 to 8:30 at night. On Sunday, the 11th, the Driehaus College of Business undergraduates will have their commencement from 8 to 10:30 in the morning, the Cal State Graduate School of Business from 1 to 3:30, and the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, along with the School of Continuing and Professional Studies from 6 to 8:30 at night. The law school's commencement will be a few weeks earlier on Saturday, May 20th at the Chicago Theater. Each graduate will get 6 free general admission tickets for family and friends. All graduates will need to have a cap and gown. The university will announce later when those can be purchased.
That's all for this week's edition of Good Day DePaul. You can keep up with us by visiting our Vimeo channel at Good Day DePaul or by going to goodday.depaul.edu.
And make sure to check us out on Facebook.
And if you have any news tips, message us through the Good Day DePaul social media channels.
Thanks for watching. I'm Alyssa Gomez.
And I'm Sayla Estelle. Have a good day, DePaul.